through a Monday's maths lesson. So I hope you've had a lovely half term. As I mentioned in my last video that I uploaded onto this channel, things are going to just change because I am now back in school and back teaching and helping to teach those children who are in school. So the timetable for these lessons is going to change. I am now only going to be doing 2 lessons a week. I'm going to be doing maths on Monday and English on a Wednesday. So this is your first maths lesson, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. So today we are going to be looking at word problems, and the next couple of weeks, I think the next 3 weeks, I have planned to look at word problems, but word problems to do with things that we have already learned on this channel. So we're going to be looking at multiplication, we're going to be looking at column addition, and we are going to be looking at column subtraction as well. And it is up to you guys at home to figure out what the question is asking you and provide reasoning for your answer. So providing working out to prove your answer. Like with all of the videos, there will be questions at the end of this video for you to have a go at. There will be different stages of questions. So let's get on with our first question. So today we are going to be looking at column addition. So if you haven't yet watched the column addition video, I would suggest going to watch that. But if you already feel confident with column addition, then just keep watching. So here is the first question on the board for us to have a go at answering. It's up to you at home to figure out what the question is asking us to do, and maybe think about how we are going to lay that out. How are we going to prove and show our working out? Sophie found 473 bugs in her garden. Her brother found 321. How many did they find all together? So how many bugs did they find all together? So what's the question asking us to do? The question is asking us to find out how many bugs Sophie and her brother found all together. So what do we need to do to those two numbers that we have got? We need to add them together. Now on this channel we have already looked at column addition, and that is the method that I would like you to use to work this out. So with column addition, we put the numbers one on top of the other, and we always put the biggest number on the top. We also need to remember to put what at the top? Our hundreds, tens and units column. That will help you to lay out your work and make sure that you make no mistakes. We've got our hundreds, tens and units. So we need to add the two numbers together. What are the two numbers? Good, we've got 473 and 321. Which one is the biggest number? Who found the more bugs? Good, Sophie. And Sophie found 473. And then we're adding her brothers. So her brother found 321. There we go, okay? So your hundreds, tens and unit. So you need to make sure that you lay this bit out correctly, because if you don't lay that bit out correctly, you are going to get the answer wrong. So you must make sure you've got all your hundreds, tens and units all laid out correctly. And then we draw our two lines. Which end do we start with? Do we start with our hundreds end, or do we start with our units end? We start with our units. We always start with our units. 3 add 1. 3 add 1 is 4. Well done. Then we move over to our tens, the next column. Remember, we don't just skip a column. We need to move along as if we are jumping across the stepping stones. Units to tens. So in our tens column, we've got 7 or 70 add 20. Or 7 add 2, which is 9 or 90. Well done. Then we've got our hundreds column. 4 add 3, or 400 add 300 equals 700. So how many bugs did they find all together? They found 794. Now, when you're answering word problems, it's really important that you show you're working out. If you were doing it in a test or If you're doing it in one of your maths lessons, then your teacher or the person who is marking your work is going to be looking for your working out to make sure that you've used the correct method to get the answer. And also it shows you know exactly what you are doing. And it also shows your teacher that you are using the correct method. Okay, here is the next question on the board. Let's have a read through it, and then if you'd like to have a go answering it on your own, pause the video here and you can have a go at answering it. Robert had 749 football stickers and his friend had 247. How many did they have all together? So what's the question asking us? So the question is asking us how many stickers did they have all together. So what do we need to do to those two numbers? Do we need to take one away from one? No. We need to add them together, don't we? Because we need to find out how many they had all together. So my hundreds, tens, and units. Which one is the biggest number? 749. Add 247. So we always start in our units column. 9 add 7. 9 add 7. 9 add 7 is 16. Who can remember how we write 16 in column addition? So it's a 2-digit number. We write it like this, don't we? 6 in there, and then because 16 has a 1 in the tens column, we take it over and we put it underneath there in the basement. Well done if you got that. So now we need to move over to our tens column. 4 add 4 is 8. Then we need to remember to add this guy down here. So 8, 9. Hundreds column, we're going over again. 7 add 2 is 9. There we go, 996. Big well done if you got that right, and big well done if you're also able to follow along at home. So I'm now going to put a question on the board that has 3 numbers in. It is up to you at home to figure out what we need to do with those numbers. I'm going to let you figure out what you need to do, and then I'm going to go through it with you. So don't panic if you're getting a little bit stuck, because I am going to go through it, so it will give you the chance to follow along with me. Okay, so I've put the question on the board behind me. I'm going to just move out the way. Have a go at laying out the column addition. Can you do it? Can you figure out what the question is asking you to do? Let's read through this together then. Lucy has 524 pieces of Lego. Simon has 397 and Peter has 246. How many pieces do Peter and Simon have all together? Do they have more than Lucy? So what's the question asking you to do? It's asking you to add Peter's Lego and Simon's Lego together. So Simon's Lego and Peter's Lego together. And then do they have more pieces than Lucy? Well, let's figure it out, shall we? So I'm going to put my hundreds, tens and units there. Who has more Legos? Which number needs to go on top? Simon's or Peter's? Simon's, good, well done. So 397. Add. Whose do we need to add to Simon's? Good, we need to add Peter's because it's asking us how many pieces Peter and Simon have all together. So we're actually leaving Lucy's off. 246, there we go. Oh, I'm running out of room there, look. Okay, so we always start with our units column. 7 add 6, so 7 add 6 is 13. How do we write 13? So we've got 1 in the tens column and a 3 in the units column. So 3, and then we need to carry that 1 over and put them in the basement down there, look. I'll just move the camera down so you can see. Okay, cool, so now we need to move over to the tens column. 9 add 4. 9 add 4 is 13. Don't forget this 1 down here. 13 add 1 is 14. And then we need to carry that 1 over there. Good, well done. Okay, moving over to our hundreds column. 3 add 2 is 5. Don't forget this 1 down here. 6. Is that more or less than what Lucy had? So they've got more pieces than Lucy. Well done if you got that right. Now in the work that I'm going to give you, there may be some trick questions like that have 3 numbers in them, but you only need to add 2 together. So here are the questions that I would like you to answer here. As always, A is where you should begin, and then B and C get more challenging as they go along. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday for your English lesson.